and cold and dark. I am the hungry shark, fast and merciless. But the only girl that could talk to him just...
If you convert your system over to Zeovit, I recommend going on to Zeovit.com and read for weeks before you even entertain the thought of swapping over. It is a completely different system biologically. Before I used the Berlin method, live rock, live sand, caloric Chaeto in the sump, running GFO and everything else, and you do not need to run GFO on this system. You can do a small bit in the very beginning to help with the silicates and things, but I didn't with this system. Like I said, this one's been online for 2 months. This one has for 2 years. Now this one is a converted system here, and it had a heavy bio load. I was fighting hair algae, everything else. And when I converted to Zeovit, I did water changes 30% every 2 days for like 3 weeks. And just to get those nutrients down, I was fighting algae like crazy. Even though my nutrients said were around 5, my phosphates were below 0.1, I was still just fighting nutrients in the rock. It was just run for a few years. So when I converted over, I did all the water changes, and then we tore down the tank essentially. I replaced the sand, I scrubbed the rock clean, cleaned the sump. Actually, I put a new sump in the system. I upgraded the skimmer, I upgraded the pumps, changed out the lines. I've read a few things here lately about the green hose. There, the green hose is supposedly putting toxins or something in the water. I don't know if I believe that. I've been running it too long, 2 years now, and haven't had a problem. Run carbon on your system, that's all I can say. But anyways, the reactor here, you pump it about 20 times, twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. Releases mold into the system that feeds your corals, and is skimmed out after it reaches the skimmer on my system over there. The Chaeto in this sump, I run that for pH purposes, and also when I hit 0 with my nutrients, some of the Chaeto dies, therefore putting nutrients back into the system, and I do not have a crash from 0 phosphates and nitrates. Now, not to discourage anyone, I've got some brown substance. This tank is very, very clean and white. It's just a filter on my camera to get better colors, more true colors, but it is very white. This kind of more or less looks like the sunlight was hitting it. Let me go over here where you see some of this stuff. It's just like a slimy, there's a right there coming off that coral. That coral is encrusting, doing great. It's a little frag, it's like about 1 inch tall, and it's not big at all, and it is been in here for a few weeks now because I've brought them over from this system over here to here, where I just saw some. Yep, there's some goop right there. It's not algae. There's some good. It's stringy. It's not dinos, but when I swapped this system over to it, it had it, and it's from pegging, dropping the nutrients down to 0, and the bacteria is dying off. You notice this in your system, don't panic. What I do to combat this is I pull the skimmer cup off. I run it one day on, one day off until this clears up. And I added more fish. I plan on adding even more fish to add more nutrients to the system. You see what I'm dosing. I also feed with refluids on my LPS. I feed these fish heavy twice a day, twice in the day in this tank, twice at night in this tank. So the system is receiving plenty of food. It's just Zeovit works that way. I feed brine shrimp to my anemones in this tank. I have 2 anemones in there. I feed them twice a week. I dose amino acids in this tanks 3-4 times a week. Pulse Extra 4 meals a day. B Balance 4 meals a day. Coral Booster 4 meals every other day. The LPS is 2 meals every. It says every day, but I've been dosing it every other day. So that's a lot to dose in this tank. But you can just run these 6 things here. Maybe add the potassium strong K balance to the mix to keep your potassium above 380 to 400, and you'll have a good system. If you run 420 or higher and you have high alkalinity spike, you will burn some corals. So I recommend keeping it below 400 but above 380. I run my alkalinity at 8.3, but like I said before, I'm going to drop it to at least 7.5, maybe go to 7 to get closer to the Zeovit recommendations. I've been successful at 8.3 for a long time, but at the lower alkalinity, what I have noticed is fatter growth. It's like the stalks of the SPS get thicker versus growing out long. I'd rather this SPS to beef up some more or less than growing tall and skinny. Which I have plenty of flow in here. I have 2 Jabo CP40s. I had the one in the previous episode and it did okay, and I bought another one to complement it. It's plugged in with the light, so it comes on with the lights, so it has really good flow when the lights are on, and it calms down when the lights are off for the fish to rest. And I'll have 1 running and then 2 running when the lights are on. The sump light, which is a Kessel 360 wide, powering my fuse there, it comes on with these lights as well. Even though this tank is full of SPS and this is a 50-gallon cube, this 50-gallon cube has LPS in it, and it produces great pH for me during the day. So I've been running the fuse at night with the 75-gallon long system. So I'm going to do a part 2 to this. I like Zeovit. If you're thinking about doing Zeovit, I recommend going on to zeovit.com. Check out a few of the things there. It's a great system, but it is a system that it can break your heart in the first 6 months if you're not careful. Do not jump around. Use like I said, what they call the Power 4. It's the Zeobac, the Zeolite, the Zeofood, and the Zeostart. The Zeostart, if you do not like, it's the only one that you dose daily. You can mix this with RODI water, 19 to 1, 19 water to 1 part of Zeostart. that makes things easier, and then you just take what you normally would dose and you just multiply that times 19, and then you can split it up amongst the day. Therefore, it is like I said, it smells like vinegar, so it will lower your pH if you're dosing large amounts, which I'm down to 0.2 mils. I started off at 0.6 and now I'm down to 0.2, so it's not vinegar. At least not just vinegar. I don't know exactly what's in it, but it's some good stuff. Fan here kicks on when this light comes on. These T5s, they produce some heat. I'll explain that more in part 2 when I go more into pH and why I find it more of an importance than alkalinity. I hear that so many different videos. Alkalinity is key and number one. No, it's really not. It's your pH. I would say temp is second, nutrients is third, because if your pH is right, you'll keep your alk and your calcium and magnesium where it's supposed to be. My magnesium, I don't dose magnesium. It goes in with water changes, 10% every 2 weeks. Zeovit recommends 10% every week, but I don't like doing that. I'm already fighting zero, staying off of zero already, and I think I dose enough into my system where I'm safe that I'm not getting my nutrients unbalanced. I've seen several people on different channels, they have stopped water changing every week to going to every 2 to 3 weeks. Some don't change at all. I don't recommend that, but it is, you can change your water too much, and then you can change water too fast. I've seen people do 50 and 60, 70% water changes in these small nano tanks, and they're wondering why their SPS won't grow when you're stressing them out too much. SPS likes things slow, or they'll grow really slow or die on you. SPS is the fastest growing coral that you can have, and it's to me, it's easier than euphyllias. I actually have more problems with euphyllias than I do SPS. But that's another video. Zeovit my way. Have any questions, please comment below. Or if you just want to say hi, like the video, please subscribe. I'll be doing a lot of video on Zeovit. A lot of people do not.